Introverts. How to be confident with your introvert traits in a very busy, loud, chaotic world. Now, we're all fighting this to some extent, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. In both instances, the traits that compile, that indicate that you are an introvert or an extrovert for that matter, is not who you are. They're just patterns of behavior that indicate how you're going to show up in the world. They're very important that you know them, that you become intimate with them, but they are not who you are. Let me repeat that. Your traits are not who you are. They indicate patterns of behavior. All this personality typing stuff has been stereotyped and oversimplified into the black hole of sheepledom. Okay? And it's really hard. And I know I've noticed for introverts especially, like everyone's talking about, oh, I'm gonna go hide in my closet. That's all bullshit. That's funny, and it's memes, and everyone thinks it's cute, and they're like, oh, that's what I do, because you're trying to fit in. But if you really think about yourself, is that powerful that you want to go hide in a bathroom? Is that what your power is? No, hell no, it's not that. I want to start changing the dialogue of how we see ourselves. I want you to figure out who you are. If you want to see at the New Earth table, and it's here, it's happening, the age of Aquarius, and I do believe that introvert personalities are really going to have a leg up in this new transition, because it's going to be more spiritual. It's going to be more reflective. It's not going to be about the hustle. It's not going to be about the external world, the materialism, the consumerism. It's not going to be about any of that. It's going to be where introverts kind of live their life on this very cool plane of quietude, of reflection, of stillness. So if you're a person that has introverted traits, know that doesn't mean that's who you are. And all the memes that say, I can't raise my hand and speak, is bullshit. And now you're going to say, no, I can't. It's really hard for me. Yeah, it's really hard for you because guess what? Everyone's told you. It's like, oh my God, that's such an introvert thing. Or you've been manipulated to believe that you can't take a minute to be quiet and reflect before you spew out an answer. I'm an extrovert. 52% extrovert, 49% introvert. So I kind of have an idea what it's like to be an introvert, because more often than not, I don't want to be around people. I don't mean that mean. I do. I pick and choose. So I reframe that, right? I would just reframe that mindset. I pick and choose who I want to be around. But for all these memes to say all this really mean stuff and almost bullying, I was at a party and I stayed in the bathroom the whole time. Well, what the hell? Is that powerful for you? Do you feel powerful doing that? Do you feel powerful not raising your hand when you can contribute a beautiful idea? Do you feel powerful? I want you to really start embracing who you are. I want you to embrace that. I want you to have the confidence and the courage and the compassion to love yourself and to embrace who you are. You are not your traits. I love my glasses are getting all steamed up. Hold on a minute. Oh my God, my glasses are like fog alert, fog alert. Oh my God. It's just so hot out here. Ta-da. So is this making sense? Just because you have introverted traits, it doesn't mean you have to stereotype yourself into some fear-based matrix conditioning that's been set upon our society that tells you who you are. That's not true. That is not true. All right? My name is Nina Zapala. I talk about spiritual personality typing this week on the blog. Obviously, I'm talking about introverts, and having the confidence in yourself in a busy world. Because you're going to look beyond what they say about you. They're not saying it personally about you. They're talking about a specific trait that might be dominant in your persona, that shows up in your personal reality. Okay? I want you to start embracing those traits because they are beautiful. And on my blog, if you go read it, I list 10 of the most prominent indicators, behaviors, characteristics, how you show up in the world, superpowers. We can all learn from each other. Extroverts have so much to learn from introverts. Introverts have so much to learn from extroverts, especially when you start laying in all the experiences we've gone through, which teach us to expand our mind, which teach us to look at each other differently. It's really important that we do this. It's really important. So I quote Shonda Rhimes a lot in this new blog. And I obviously always have an intention, I always have a reason. And why I do this is because I know she's an introvert. The way she speaks and so forth, she's very controlled in a way that's nice. She steps back and she's more individualistic in the way she speaks. And I happened to catch her Women in Hollywood speech at the event. It was amazing. Now she's a person that said that's looked at all the stereotyping and all the simplification of what's been said about introverts and said, back off. I am awesome, just the way I am. I want you to start feeling that. You know? I just want you to start feeling that. I want you to know that you are awesome. Sorry, guys, these glasses. Oh my goodness. I should probably just do it without my glasses, but I like to see what I'm looking at in the camera. I know, I'm so blind. So, I want you to start looking at these things. You know? And why I'm so adamant of spiritual personality typing. And if you want to learn more, my blog is just a learning library, is really what it is. And if you want to go deep, I do soul sessions. I do guided soul sessions. Some of them are fun, like I do travel, which is a little bit lighter, but a little bit more fun. But I still want to kind of show you how you can awaken when you're on your vacation too. So those are travel type sessions, and I do guided soul sessions. So check that on the blog. You might be interested. But I want you to learn why I'm so fiercely adamant about spiritual personality typing. It's because once you start having the tools of spirituality that are woven into your personality type, you'll start to get the practices to help you see how personality typing really should work, right? Like Shonda Rhimes has, she's probably done a lot of self-love work, self-acceptance, radical self-acceptance. She's done the work. And she's probably still doing it. We all still doing it. There's no celebrity that's better than you, lesser than you, more than, that's all bullshit. All of it. But when she speaks, you can tell she's powerful. She loves herself. She's proud of what she's doing. That's why I go back to this idea of are you proud of yourself? Like being at a party and escaping into the bathroom. Is that a funny meme to you? I don't find it funny at all. I found it very disempowering. I feel like it's an oversimplification. And I feel it's a very stereotypical. Yes, sometimes I believe introverts get very overwhelmed in loud, noisy party situations. Not their thing. But I also know some introverts are very social. And you often don't see them as an introvert. You kind of tend to see them, oh, they must be an extrovert. It's because we've been so stereotypical of everybody. Why don't we just see everybody as an individual with their own unique personality that has traits of an archetype of them? And I use Myers-Briggs. It has traits of that archetype. Yes, of course. The world would be too chaotic if we didn't. There has to be some semblance of pattern and rhythm, right? There has to be semblance of that. So you have to have that. What you don't have to do is compare yourself and stereotype yourself and believe that you are this about yourself. That takes your power away. You've just given your power away to the external world. Again, that's why spiritual personality typing is so important, because there's a lot of external work you can be doing along with that. Okay? So let's say you're the type that, parties overwhelm you. Okay. Well, first of all, you might not want to put yourself in that situation. And if you happen to find yourself in that situation, you all are excellent observers. So why wouldn't it be fun? Just like hold yourself up somewhere and just start observing. And what will you learn during that time of observation? Forget about all the anxiety. Forget about the overwhelm, because that's just a mind flip. Become the observer. Become the good listener that you are. It's all about your energy. It's all about your energy. Have you ever gone into a room and you're like, you haven't met a person, but there's like, when you meet the person, you're like, oh my God, I've known this person. This energy is so cool. And you just want to hang out with them. It's not because you know them, you just met them. Why would all those emotions come up? Why would all those feelings come up? You're making a judgment based on energy. You're not merely making a judgment on the person because you don't really know the person. Right? Is this exciting? So you're making a judgment based on the energy assessment, not on the person assessment. And unfortunately, we judge on what somebody looks like. We got to get past that. Again, that's a bunch of bullshit. Everyone has stuff that's, we're human. We have imperfections, but our beingness is where our perfection lies. That's the beingness that aligns with your soul self. It's what you're here to experience. You're here to experience life every single day, and it goes through your soul, not your personality. Your personality is how your soul expresses itself through your personality into your personal reality. I know, easy for me to say, a lot of personality stuff there. Does that make sense to you? I don't want to feel that you're an introvert, that you need to just crawl in a hole and not have power. And, and I did link the Shonda Rhimes event speech in my blog. You have to watch it. It's so powerful. And she says, she has a great example of how one of her cohorts just got some award of the year, and he was on the cover of a magazine, blah, blah, blah. She did the same thing. And being an introvert, her way of dealing with it was, hey, yeah, I was on the cover. That's cool. I'm going back to work. There's nothing wrong with that. Not a damn thing wrong with that. She knows herself well enough. I don't need all the accolades and getting out there. And maybe this other person is an extrovert and loves that and feeds off that. There's nothing wrong with that either. But we have to stop judging everyone else, because everything lies within you. It all starts with you. It all starts within. So you need spiritual practices that help you, that are very specific to your personality type. I just did a whole blog on wellness retreats for your specific personality type. If you haven't seen that, go see that. Because not every wellness retreat is going to be good for your personality type. You're highly individualistic. But when you can have the power and the passion and the confidence to just go out in the world and be who you are, oh my God, your whole life's going to change, because that is your life purpose. You're here to experience yourself. That's what your soul wants to do. And your soul has to experience it through your personality type. So if your personality type is all baked in fear and you're living through somebody else's narrative, or you're living through an expectation of what society's told you to be, those are all false beliefs. You need to start questioning everything. It's really hard. I know, I did it. I went through a 7-year tsunami that just took me totally down and out. So it's not like I'm telling you to do something I haven't done. And it's not easy work. But it's the most important work if you want to show up in the world and contribute. And really contribute. Like, just bring yourself. Bring your coolness. What you're supposed to give to the world. Your true self, your truth to the world. People need that. People need what I say. Some people do, some people don't. People, we need what you say. Some people do, some people don't. It's the gifts that you have to share, and they're not for everybody. But you're certainly not going to be able to share your gifts hiding in a bathroom. That's powerless. You want to be powerful, right? And I'm not saying powerful in this grand poobah way, like, oh my God, this person, like, you come in the room, you're parting seas. No. I'm saying you have the power within yourself to stand for yourself, no matter where you are, who you're in front of. No matter what people say to you, you are in power. You're in control of who you are. You're in control of your emotions, which, honestly, introverts have a more of a tendency to do that. Much more so than extroverts. Extroverts, think about it. We emote externally. Introverts emote internally. So you're much more controlled. I mean, Jackie Kennedy, introvert. I mean, look at the composure that woman had when her husband was murdered right in front of her. Oh my God. But that's an introvert. You have such beautiful gifts you have to share with the world. I want you to share them. Because people learn when you're in your true self and you show up as who you are, people take notice. Because it's powerful. The energy I'm talking about, that attractive energy, you start attracting the right people to you, the right circumstances to you, the right career, what your life path is, your partner, your husband, your wife, your friends. You attract it all. So people are like, oh, I want to know what my purpose is. Well, what your purpose is figuring yourself out, because then everything else comes. When you know your purpose, everything else is a result of that, right? Because you're in that divine state of being. You're in your divinity. You're not in fear. And when you're in that state, your soul communicates with divine intelligence, with all there is, God, Allah, whatever, unity consciousness, Christ consciousness. It's the higher aspect of who you are that you start getting into that realm of yourself. And you can communicate on these higher levels, which is unlimited possibilities. And that's where you start co-creating from. Whoa, it gets so exciting. Can you imagine? Just imagine that. Imagine yourself co-creating with unlimited possibilities. What would your world look like? But instead, we've all been taught, no. Let's go to fear. Or let's keep on letting the external world try to validate us. Let's do that instead. We have free will. It's a law. It's a law of divinity. And I don't know the right terms for all that, but I know that divine beings, which I connect a lot with angels and Jesus, that's who I kind of go to. I've been told on numerous of times, they cannot interfere in your life unless you give them permission. So, can you see why this other power over here wants you to stay in fear? Because can you imagine? Can you imagine if the whole world started creating from divinity instead of fear? Can you imagine what the world would look like? No pollution, no starvation. Our oceans would be clean. We wouldn't be mistreating animals. We wouldn't be mistreating, doing the shit we're doing to kids. I don't want to go there. But could you imagine? Could you imagine the world? How, whoa. It would be heaven on earth. And I think that's where we're going. I think that's where we're starting to head. But we have to go through this. The whole world has to kind of go through the dark night of the soul. So I'm trying to prepare you and help you see yourself from the grand scheme of it all, your beautifulness, your powerfulness, where you really co-create from. You co-create when your personality type is healthy, it's fearless, from all there is. So you can start manifesting like today. And it's work. My life's not perfect. I don't do it all the time, but my life is radically different. And I'm learning the lessons I need to learn. So of course I'm not perfect. I don't want to be your guru. I don't want to do any of that. I'm not a guru. I'm a person, I'm a human being that's been blessed with this idea that was sent to me from above to channel here on this earth plane at this time during the Grand Awakening. So as an introvert, I really, really want you to stop seeing yourself as a meme, as a powerless, quiet, shy meme. And on the blog, as I tell you, I list these 10 superpowers. They're just quick mind shifts. They're just quick mind shifts. And I know we all get so entangled in the external world of what everyone says about us. You know, like not, and sometimes it's personal, sometimes not, but like, oh my God, you're gonna get this, you're gonna die. Or oh my God, if you don't do this, you'll never be successful. You'll never find love. You have to do this or this. I know it's all crazy. It's all crazy. So I hope you enjoy this. Hope you're getting a lot out of these videos. I love them. Please share, subscribe, get on my email list where I go deep to my email list. I share a lot more personal stories on my email list. But I'm telling you, introverts are like so freaking all my good friends are introverts for the vast majority. Like all my really good friends are, because they can go deep with me, man. They just go deep. I mean, it's powerful. And I have extrovert friends. My friends are my friends, and I'm attracting them not through just the introvert extrovert. As I said before, I'm attracting them because they're my energy, man. They're my energy frequency that I attract to. But it's starting to rain. I look at my hair, Frisbo City, because of the rain and humidity. At least my glasses didn't fog up again. But guys, really, love you. Know that you have traits that indicate patterns and behaviors and opportunities and possibilities. Know that these traits aren't who you really are. You are a divine expression of all there is. And your personality is the tool that expression comes through. It's all that is. It's a lot, believe me, because there's a lot of nuances in the personality type. And I want to teach you that. And I do teach you that on the blog. I know, I'm going to start getting my membership and courses. I've just had a really cool course idea, too. I think you guys are going to love. So, I'll be shouting that out, too, in a while. But I think it's really important, guys, that you don't see yourself as an introvert. That is a trait that indicates patterns of behavior. That is not who you are. You are not an introvert. You have patterns and behaviors of an introvert. You are a divine being, experiencing yourself through the human body, through the human expression, through your personality, your personal reality. It's really what this is all about. Your soul is just here to experience life. And if you're so caught up in what everybody's saying about you, can't feel how cool the rain feels cold on me, which feels really good because it's hot as shit out here. The rain feels good. You know, just the smell of fresh rain is just, it's beyond beautiful. And that's what we're here to do. Like all these things that we just take advantage of. All of it. That's what we're here for. We're really here to feel into this. And we don't need all the stuff. And, I'm telling introverts, because introverts aren't as likely as to be that consumeristic. Extroverts are more like that, just because we express in the external world. We welcome it. We welcome all the crap, because that's kind of what we do, right? Introverts don't. So you are very well seated for the Grand Awakening. I just can't wait to see how all this unfolds. I hope I'm going to be around to see it all come true. I think it's going to be a while, but who knows? I'm not God. God has a plan. Divine intelligence, whatever you want to call it. I love you guys. Hope this was really good for you. I hope you're just seeing yourself a little bit different. Hope you stand taller. And if somebody goes, oh, you're shy, I go, yeah, I like quietude. Somebody goes, yeah, you never want to go to parties. Yeah, you know what? I'm really choosy about how I want to spend my time. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Not a thing. There's nothing wrong with you. Anyway, bye guys. Come see me on my blog, ninazapala.com. Schedule a session. If you want to go deep with me, we do a one-on-one. I make it fun. Yes, it's intense, but it's also good. It's things that you can use on that day for the rest of your life. It's things that you can start using immediately. So if you want like that immediate boom, let's book a session. Let's get on it. Okay? Sign up for my newsletter. That goes out once a week. And talk soon. Subscribe, share, and I'll see you next week.